Like a Jew in ancient Spain, before Christ's name did pay with pain. Modern day Inquisition. What is the link between these crafts? Doctors and thieves, they both wear masks, overpaid. Meet magicians.
This is a supplemental log for Friday, March 25th, 2011. This is the continuing saga of all of the plotters against me that helped destroy my life. This segment is exclusively for Judge Maria Resos and the two other judges prior to her that I have known, just like I knew 3 chairmen of housing. I have known 3 chairmen of housing. And everybody would like to give a shout out to Miss Daniela. I think her YouTube name is Foxfly. She made a lot of wonderful suggestions. And I don't have to be such a wretched, melodramatic, think I'm an actor guy, other than just present the facts and the evidence as they are. I'm angry, I'm all of that, but that's for another time, another situation. This is about presenting the facts, recording it, in case something happens to me. This is the judgment and order of Judge Maria Resos. Okay? And respondent's order to show cause to restore this proceeding to the calendar, and the motion by Stephen S. Weintraub to be removed as guardian ad litem are consolidated for determination. In rendering this decision, the court considers the respondent's order to show cause, petitioner's affirmation in opposition, respondent's reply affirmation, and petitioner's surreply only. The court acknowledges receipt and did read respondent Philip Drice's ex parte submissions. However, as they were ex parte, they cannot be considered by the court as it reaches its decision. That's what the problem is, because my guardian ad litem, Mr. Stephen Weintraub's hands were tied. This is a gentleman where I absolutely abused him, humiliated him, degraded him, blasted crap all over him, all over the internet in front of everybody, all the way to the White House. He filed papers against the court, to the court against me. Judge Maria Resos brought a big cop in there. I'm not violent. I don't need to do anything like that. I'm a pretty educated guy. I know what to do and what my limits are. But that shenanigan, that show, that performance that was calculated and performed did accomplish my goal. I finally got him to work for me instead of working for human resources to put me out, as you've seen in the last segment. And that's how it works. you've got, this is a war of the intellectuals against poor people who don't have an education. And it can be traced to a race-based situation because the people they're dealing with are the disenfranchised that have been apartheid on a federal reservation, which is the largest Indian reservation, the most populated Indian reservation in the United States of America, which is New York City Housing Authority, with approximately 800,000 tenants. But only 500 of them are registered, and those 300 are supposed to be in line to inherit that apartment, and it's the elimination of the administrative process that leads to the federal violations of diverting funds and Title VI violations, okay, under the Civil Rights Act of 1967, which is you're doing it to black people, you're doing it to Puerto Ricans, you're doing it to the disenfranchised, you're doing it to poor people that the federal government through Congress said that they take care of. But it was through the Clinton administration, it is alleged that it was through the Clinton administration's desire to eliminate welfare that your governor was probably the premier architect who unleashed NYCHA, who dissolved any competent oversight, just like the regulators of the banks. It's been shown that the Democratic Party, or the Democrats, did orchestrate this big thing about this housing bubble. Okay? And they forced banks to make loans that they knew were going to fail. And then they want to blame somebody else for those bank failures and that all of that money that went down the tube. But it was designed to keep them in power. And when you're in power, you can cover things up. Okay? So this is what's happening, people. And in the SIR reply, let me show you here, where this guy says it's his, I'll read it, you'll get it in the book and online, okay? You've got NYCHA committing perjury in this document right here. This is the SIR reply. NYCHA commits perjury. Let me show you where. First of all, they said you got to be over 62 years old to be living there. And that I was the only one that was living in that apartment that was in that development. Now we find out that's not true. And when we find out that's not true, the judge want to give them exemptions. You can't go back. Okay? Here we go right here. Which is Carol Brookins. Carol Brookins was living there before she turned 62. Okay? They didn't want to count that one. Let me give you another one. We're going to get better. Barbara Davidson. Barbara Davidson is the sister of Margaret, who works for Councilman Comrie. And when it got this bad, Barbara Davidson right here, when it got this bad, they got her to move out of Shelton House. That's how big it is. Barbara Davidson's been living there for 30 years. She didn't take the buyout, just like my aunt didn't take the buyout. That's why we were still in that apartment. They want to make it senior development, but they were supposed to give you $15,000. Okay? Now, this is the big deal right here. This is Mr. James Edwards in apartment 6N. He's got a Michelle Guy who lives there. She was born in 1976. What is she doing living there? He was born in 1947. Now, you see, he's got a son and a daughter. A son and a daughter right there. Now, that's where the fraud comes in. Because in the paper, NYCHA reclassified him as a grandson, not a son. And the judge copied the exact same stuff. That's what I'm going to hit her with, along with the trial transcript of where NYCHA said nobody under 62 lives there. Now, here is the beauty. This is Cynthia Hill, okay, with her husband, Babako, okay? She was born in 55, he was born in 66. But you got to understand, the lease, I've got it on video, that she said that they put him on the lease 3 years ago. That's another point of perjury for NYCHA in the settlement of the minutes or the transcript. Okay? That's how they're all busted. Just presenting the facts. Just presenting the facts. Thank you, Daniela. Thank you. Supplemental log, November 29, 2010. This is Miss Cynthia Hill, the last real tenant association president that there was. They fixed the vote. Khadijah Wilson fixed the vote to put Neva Harper in there. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This is the evidence that right now we've got everybody committing perjury in court because you're not a senior citizen, you live there, and your husband's name was added on to the lease, what, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
So now, when they put me out, weren't they doing a whole lot of wrong?
Yeah.
And Neva Harper, they propped her up as tenant association president so she can help eliminate people out of that building as a form of redlining.
Yes. She has a handicap apartment. She's not handicapped.
And so does Ozia Mitchell, who was also the last tenant associate president that they put there to help.
Green of $20,000.
Oh, Cynthia Hill, former tenant associate president, November 29, 2010, telling it like it is. That's my sister. And this is the one. That's right. I want my picture with her. This is the lady. This is the lady that helped me
Right. Fight that.
fight the fight. This is the one that kept telling me, Drice, don't let them put you out like this. Don't do this. And I went and did my work. And that's Malcolm right there. He's the one that's helping put people out.
Yes, he is.
And that's the tenant associate president telling it. That's what they do here. Right here at 8909 162th Street at Shelton Houses, New York City Housing Authority. There it is right there. You heard it from the tenant association president, Cynthia Hill. Thank you, baby. All right, this is my friend. What's your name? You gotta say your name.
Marvin.
Hi, Marvin. Good. Make the snowball. Yeah, he's under supervision. He's here with his dad. I'm not trying to kidnap the child. It's not a kidnapping. All right. So how's your wife? Your wife okay?
Yeah, he's okay. He works.
Mother okay? She's working? Yeah, she told me she got a job as a home attendant. Yeah. Her mother's upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, this is Marvin. You live upstairs, right, Marvin?
Yeah.
Okay, throw the snowball. There he is. That's it. That's it. Ah, okay. You waiting on the school bus? You waiting on the school bus? You waiting for the school bus, right? All right. All right.
Mother told me always to follow the golden rule, and she said it's really a sin to be mean and cruel. So remember, if you're untrue, angels up in heaven are looking at you. You'll never get to heaven if you break my heart. So be very careful not to make us part. You won't get to heaven if you break my
50 cents a dollar. I'm homeless. I'm broke. I'm hungry. Please, can somebody help me? Can somebody help me? I'm homeless. I used to live right across the street over there. Go ahead, show them Shelton House. Shelton, that's that building right there. The one with the scaffolding. That's it. I used to live at Shelton House. But now I'm homeless. I'm homeless. I've got no money. I got nothing to eat. Can somebody help me? Can somebody help me? Is there a God? There can't possibly be a God, or he couldn't let this happen to me. Those black politicians on the road destroyed me, and no one will do a damn thing to help me. All right, we just met a nice couple that was walking on the beach. Very interesting affair. This who wanted to tell the marshal when he came to get me to send you, to give me your regard. Well, what did you do when you had all of the information that says that Niger is as crooked as the tips of the Nazi cross? On the question of political accountability, first you get the food out of the garbage can and you feed the animals, and then you go back to the garbage can, and guess what? You get you something to eat. See that guy pushing that shopping cart, Charlene? You see that, Bill? That's what they wanted me to turn into. I'm not going to turn into that. Okay? That's why I went out this country. No matter what they do, it's not to their benefit.
I've seen you
Well, everybody, take a look at the rescue chopper. That's right. It's combing the beach. And the sun's finally coming out. And those are some of the wonderful surprises you can get when you're living here on the beach. And this is where your home is. And now you're putting your clothes on, ready to get off the beach and go back into town and to do business. And don't nobody know how you live and what it's like to live out here. Most people would probably go crazy. I've seen people go from a regular person to homeless, and they began to suffer mental illness. That is some crazy shit. That's just crazy. But, you know, that's their life. They can't take it. They just snap. They don't have the mental toughness that I've got in order to be able to tell somebody. Do you still think it's funny making me homeless, Mayor Michael Obdumberg, who sent me your regards to Marshal Edward Goddard, badge number 14, on June 27, 2010. That's about 27 months ago. And I really was homeless since March of 2010 when I began to live in homelessness. This is the guy. Take a look. They're coming around. Take a look at that. There it is. They're checking me out. Yeah, that's the rescue chopper. Woo! That's a show. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's life in homelessness, people. And look at this beautiful day out here. I wish I could give you more video time, but it's time to get back into town and to start handling my business. This is Dr. Phil Drice. This is my personal log for August 10th, 2012. Bye-bye. See that guy pushing that shopping cart, Charlene? You see that, Bill? That's what they wanted me to turn into. I'm not going to turn into that. Okay? That's why I went out this country. No matter what they do, it's not to their benefit.
Baby
friends before. Never got the chance to say hello. Everything about you fits today. Yeah, your personality is just the right age. I've been watching you, girl, checking you out. Ooh, you look so good to me, baby. Can't take me home to mama, cause she was damn proper. Should've thought about that before your friends with me. Don't say you're falling for me, don't tell me you adore me, cause all you're thinking about is fucking me. Can't take me home to mama, cause she was damn proper. Should've thought about that before your friends with me. Don't say you're falling for me, don't tell me you adore me, cause all you're thinking about is fucking me. Why'd you even talk to me? Baby, were you curious? You knew you never had a love like this. My love was serious.
Wow, look at that. The weather's breaking. We don't need the ski mask no more. Got a brand new world out there. And hello, how you doing? This is Dr. Philip Drice reporting live from his room. Yeah, we're going to count down from today, 60 days until I move into my new apartment that I absolutely loathe it. Okay, but I'm going to have to make myself comfortable in it because I have to learn to adapt and adjust. And this whole sense of hopelessness and loneliness, and I ain't been boning, and I can't believe everything was actually taken from me. I think I've been in shock for years. I've been in shock for years. Tortured, mentally tortured. But that's all right. We can recover. We can recover because it's all about my job. My job, the job that I took on when the retaliation scheme began against me for coming to the aid of Mrs. Fonnie Green back in 2004, 2005. That led to the Nazi copycat crime. It wasn't planned. I never said it was planned. But after the woman was embezzled out of $20,858, she was neglected to the point that they should have known, but for negligence or incompetence, that she would deteriorate to the point where she would be harmful to herself. And they tortured me and made me out to be crazy for that. because I have the medical education and experience to be able to diagnose that. But no one wants to look at anything, none look at the papers. But now the courts are looking at the papers, and the court says Donna Fury is not dismissed. Right now, I need to get Judge Flug's judgment avoided. I need to get Judge Maria Reso's judgment voided so I can get justice, and I think I got a guy who can help me. And I quit smoking today. Today I quit smoking. My mother would be happy. I'm doing it for my mother's birthday, but more for me to eliminate the tar in my system until I can eliminate tobacco altogether. And I just wanted to make this special job presentation video for my dragon lady, or lady dragon. She's a lady dragon. She's a lady and a dragon. Did you see that movie where they had this planet that they found, and these guys, they go out and they get a dragon, and once they mount it, they take their hair and they stick it into some kind of ear of the creature, and they become one. Well, when she works with me, she works for my benefit, and that's what I'm trying to say. And I use imagery to describe things, and that's how I see it, that she's really seriously professional on this mission to help me. It's nothing other than that. But the thing is, I gotta live my life, okay? I don't really like the idea of such supervision. That's why but she hasn't done that. What she's done has been an aid to me in getting things done. As a matter of fact, she's the one that got the apartment. I hate saying that. Look, I ain't trying to give no social workers no doggone credit for nothing. You know, I don't care what you look like. But this social worker at the VA has been exceptional. It's been like, I don't know, strapping on a holster, and I got a pistol in it. And every time I pull it out, it shoots and hits its target. So that's what she is. That's what she is. And she got me a place. It ain't perfect, but that's what she got for me. So if that's what she got for me, women are smarter than men anyway. So whatever she sees, I'm going to go ahead and go along with that, close my eyes and just do what I'm doing by myself. So if she get in the crib and handle the paperwork on that frees me to do what I want, to be independent. I don't have to, bird dog my own deals, or every single deal. So I'm getting help, and I got to accept that, and, but I don't trust nobody. Let me enjoy. I don't know if be trusting that for nobody like that. What is that all about? Come on now. I'll be teaching people, watch out for them smiling faces. But, she's very professional and all that stuff, so she got the apartment. And I just wanted to let people know, and she did her job, blah, 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 and put up with a lot of crap from me, because you know me. I want somebody to talk to me about what in the hell done happened to me, and was I right or wrong? Stephen Weintraub said it to me, and I cannot fail a lie detector test. That Stephen Weintraub, a former guardian, that knew I wasn't incapacitated and allowed the charade to go on. That's my buddy. Look, I will hug that white man. He's a Jewish white man. I see him from the courthouse. I run up, and he don't suspect it, and I'll say, "Hey, black people, look at me hugging a white man." I will do sick stuff like that to him, all right? Because I made him go out on a limb for me, and I got to use those coping mechanisms, because other than that, I would have to take him to court like everybody else and make him an enemy. But I guess he's got a nice relationship with the judges. He's got, Judge Kramer. When you buddies with Judge Kramer, you can't be my guardian. That's a conflict of interest, but I ain't gonna say nothing. When you close to Judge Maria Resos and she telling you she's seeing my videos on the internet, what am I doing to her? like a judges now. Judges complain about me. Like Congressman Meeks and Senator Huntley went to the DA to complain about me. Sent the NYPD to bag my freaking ass, make me out to be a piece of shit, and have me sent back to Haiti after they put a broomstick up my ass as a Haitian. This is bullshit. My only job is to legally bring everybody to accountability that had anything to do with the destruction of my life. See, everybody? This is where I live. I live in a little room like this. Even in homelessness, the Haitian aristocrat's got to have his wash, dry, and fold. Yeah, I bribed. When I was homeless, I bribed the locker room guy. So let me keep a locker in there. Had my gym membership, went in there, did my S&S. Shower and shave, got dressed, hit the library right there in downtown Jamaica. I had such a plan. This is such a beautiful thing for this book on how I systematically took on the entire city of New York, from Mayor Bloomberg on down to I find what my district that is, and then the former Attorney General, who's now the governor, has got a partial fingerprint of negligence and incompetence on this one too. Okay? That might come back to haunt him trying to become president. Okay? He's trying to, that's why, with Shirley Huntley, the Attorney General had to bag her the way he did to disgrace her for her to be voted out of office, so Andrew Cuomo wouldn't have to alienate any black faction or tick anybody off for all of the hungry niggas that had come for that Senate seat. So they appointed an even worse buffoon, a freaking yes man, an absolute little freaking monkey, in a cage with a leash on him, and guess what? He will take the leash, take it to his master, and say, walk me, and his name is James Sanders, the Sanders that replaced Shirley Huntley. Handpicked good nigga. That's right. I'm a journalist. That's what you guys created. I'm a journalist. And I'm a Ralph Nader fan that whatever I investigate, I can take it to court for the people. That's my new life. Dr. Two the Crusaders dead. They killed him. They killed him. They killed him. And then now Stephen Weintraub going to tell me, what about my birth test of business? Well, brother, it needs seed money. I'm not your freaking nigga. And I can say that because I got Judge Gary DiLeonardo standing right there next to me. I'm his guy, under his protection, who treats me with respect and dignity. Okay? So, the judicial misconduct charges, complaints, and motion to have voided Judge Maria Resos' eviction order that was executed in June 27, 2010, I can't stop, Stephen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I ain't flip out in the courthouse and made you take me seriously, you wouldn't have got me to certify. You went in there fighting your people. This is a good lawyer. Stephen Weintraub? You should have heard him fighting for for Judge Maria Resos to let her slide. He admitted she was wrong, but it cost me too much. It hurt me too much. And she isn't repentant. Tell her to repent. Tell her to go to her boss, Judge Lanson, your administrative judge for Civil Court, Queens County, on Sutton Boulevard, in Jamaica, New York, 11432. Let Judge Maria Resos go to him and trigger her own reversal of a judgment and order. As a matter of fact, I might even try that. I need it for my book, if nothing else. I'm going to file a motion for Judge Maria Rezos to reverse her order, and I'll let her slide. I'll let her slide. If she don't, I'll take her to court and bust her ass for $1 million. I said I will take Judge Maria Rezos to federal court on constitutional violations and bust her fucking ass, Stephen Roundtrop. You hear me? I'm really related to 4 presidents of my country, and that one right now, he's there. I don't even know the brother. That's not the point. That's my cousin's brother-in-law. My mother didn't want me around them because you know what they do? I'm sorry. What, you think Obama's hands are clean? They kill people. So when I tell you, I'm related to 4 presidents of my country and ambassador, it's obvious y'all was born rich. It means I have the bloodline of these conquerors. You're not going to enslave me, and I'll let you get away with it, and I don't plan my escape. You taught it to me. You taught it to me. You taught it to me. I am a Haitian national. I am a Haitian national with a valid passport and a valid green card. Let me help you. Bingo. Wyclef, you want to be president of Haiti? You want to get you one of these and come from the aristocracy. My country was systematically dismembered, just like your guys did to me. There's a direct correlation to make you totally impotent and totally ineffective and easily manipulated. So how's this second half working for you? When I got the Federal Agency of Niger, I got Mayor Bloomberg, I got HRA with its incapacitated hearing cockamamie nonsense, where I got the court evaluator that was supposed to be the eyes and ears of the court, that was an auxiliary officer just fired. And then there's fraud in that case. You know why? Judge Phyllis Orlicoff flew, dismissed my case twice in order to get rid of the Trojan horse and that mole and that other hitman that you can hire to mess up people's cases because my papers were tampered with. It's all in the court papers and complaints. Come on! And not one newspaper in the United States of America would freaking print this. It's just too big because it touches the president and it touches the governor. It just shames the mayor of New York. And I own it. I freaking own it. And my job is to sell it to regain my economy. So I can live in peace. That's all I want. But there must be war to get peace. And it's the war that they brought to my freaking door. That I'm answering the call and deploying countermeasures. Bang! That's what I'm talking about. Peace be unto you, my brothers and sisters. Bye-bye.
Hey! You got to pay back. Revenge.
They all took aim and hit the target. They all took aim and hit the target. Judge Maria Rezos is complaining about what she's seeing on the internet and her credibility being destroyed from the evidence provided. And even court officers, oh man, I like her. Okay. Let's say she's just a kiss ass that wants to be popular in the courthouse. She's not popular out here because we're the people she put out in the freaking street. Then I go from a place over 100,000. Look, there's a picture right there. This is Reverend Butler's wife. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was boning Reverend Butler's wife. That's her in my house. You see that china cabinet? See that china cabinet? Okay? It's over $35,000 in that china cabinet alone. More than $100,000 of antiques and heirlooms were taken out of my home with religious icons, religious artifacts of the Roman Catholic Church. So when that little Yiddish cunt Donna Fury came to my home, oh, you have to sell this to move. You, Donna Fury. And you can tell I said that, Robert Grande. You're her lawyer in White Plains. Big white people's Jewish law firm. Nice. Well, my Jewish mom was from Russia. And she told me, if somebody does you wrong and you don't correct it, it's your fault. I'm here to correct all the wrong that was done to me. And everybody who forgot because you thought you had gotten away with it, and you do it so in such a regular fashion to all these poor dumb black colored niggas that live by a black law and slave code, and you administer to them in English. You're totally freaking lost out of water. You can't use saltwater tactics on freshwater fish. And that's exactly what they're doing, and just harvesting them like food. I'm the one that's going to cut the net. I am justified to bring to accountability everyone who violated my constitutional rights. I'm not a terrorist. I'm an American patriot. I have the right to my journalism license. I've got the right to market a product any freaking way I wanna. And I can call it legal goddamn revenge if I freaking wanna. What you guys done to me shouldn't be allowed to be done to anybody, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. And I'm gonna make sure I stop y'all. And whatever happens, happens. Why? I've got no fucking hope that I'll ever fucking recover from this. So Stephen Weintraub, don't ask me nothing about what about your breath tester business. You should have thought about that back in 2006. Stephen Weintraub, you should have thought about that in 2006. In March 2006, just like in March 2014 right now, March 2006, you went and got you a deal that took away my remaining family member rights when you bought that stupid deal about signing to give up the apartment and move in 6 months. After he gave me 8 months free rent. Well, that 8 months turned into 56 months. And I was mistreated as some kind of freaking slave when you and your friend Stephen Weintraub was taking bets on how long I would last. I lasted 56 months. And we can count that because that's the amount of rent of months I never paid and punished NYCHA. Punished them. And what just happened to Tom Galante from me triggering an investigation about him? Same thing I did to Shirley Huntley, and the same thing I did to Malcolm Smith. Malcolm Smith was even special. I called up his attorney and said, hey, you must go tell him, or I'm going to send somebody to tell him to backdoor. I want him to run for mayor on the GOP ticket. It's on the internet right now. And it's submitted in court papers. But they're totally pissed. I don't care. The man's lawyer was pissed. He knew there was a judgment order, never told me, and I lost a month of time. I asked for more time. Doesn't make a difference. I'll take my case to federal court if it washes out in the appeal. It doesn't make a freaking difference because I got constitutional violations and I got 1983 statute violations, which is acting privately under the color of law. I'm taking Judge Maria Rasos to fucking court, Stephen Weintraub, and I'll prosecute that bitch. What in the hell she done did to me, just like I got fucking Donna Fury. Donna Fury made sure everything I had was taken from me. The judge made sure that the property that I was supposed to inherit was taken from me too, and sent me into freaking oblivion. So I spent 4 years in fucking hell, and I'm fucking back, my nigga. Yeah, that's the ebonics I used to get the point across. Nice! How you doing? This is Dr. Philip Drice, and guess what? Don't you think they played with the right guy this time? Yeah, I did. And I'd like to thank you for it. This is my justification for what I've done. Constitutional violations. And government agents acting privately under the color of law where I've got 2 judges. Busted. 2 judges busted, my friend. That's what the evidence says. I got the Queens District Attorney acting privately under the color of law for Congressman Meeks instead of Huntley and his NYPD detachment taking the hit to the field to hunt me down. Everybody's right. That's what I'm talking about. Now all I have to do is find a way of putting that entire story together into a Jason Bourne kind of scenario. Damn! That's a feature presentation on the blue screen, the red carpet. But for now, you can enjoy it on the internet and on TV, syndicated show on RCN Files and Time Warner. And on the 13th of March, it's coming on again. I believe that's at 12:30, and then on the 29th, it'll be at 9 p.m. on your public access channels. Back, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, baby. My biggest issue is, I don't think I'm going to ever get a piece of ass again that I like, because I can't afford to buy what I want. That's fucked up. But I can't dwell on that. I have to concentrate on the facts of what in the hell happened to me. So that's never done again in such a grand scale. You've got a federal agency, you've got 4 city agents, 5 city agencies. You got every single black elected official involved with their fingerprint on it. Their fingerprint on it. They are just black. That's what I'm talking about. Bye-bye. How you doing? This is Phil Drice. Today is the 12th of April 2012, and I'm right here at the Civil Courthouse where I just got Stephen Weintraub. He's up there on the 4th floor, and I'm here at the Civil Courthouse. He just gave me the certify and the judgment order for me able to prove that Judge Maria Resos plagiarized the document. So all you morons out there, that means she copied what they put, and those things, when you look at the evidence or the exhibits behind what they put, it's full of perjuries, or it's incomplete, or inconsistent, and oh, they screwed up, and damn, now we add all of that, the complete 33-page of the letter to the president, and then when we have it complete and bound, and got 5 copies to go to the U.S. Attorney General, because a civil court landlord tenant judge in part, I think it's Part A, in Queens County Civil Court cannot help New York City Housing Authority circumvent federal law by denying the administrative process to the people that come in a holdover proceeding.